Hello and welcome to World Insight with me, Tian Wei. Education is a key factor in people-to-people exchanges between countries. Its significance is reflected in the lives of many. Today, we are going to meet some of them. First, I caught up with Zhang, the founder of Sohu and a 1990s returnee from MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He reflects on his U.S. experience and China's private sector growth. As an internet pioneer from the 1990s, he has been emphasizing cross-cultural exchanges and market-driven innovation, urging Chinese entrepreneurs to balance competition with sustainability. Take a listen. Charles, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Many
Long
years.
time no see.
Right.
I'm a fan of your English class.
Thank you for watching me talking.
Because I respect anyone who is committed to do something as long as 9 years already, huh?
Yeah, it's been 9 years, quite some time.
Right. Yeah. What have you learned from this 9-year online plus person-to-person kind of professor-student relationship in a way?
Keep me learning or be aware of what's going on in the world.
You actually try to explain the most important piece of news you watch every day.
Yeah, report what happened. Yeah, so for nine years of telling stories about the breaking news that just happened, like a few hours ago, and then 3.5 years of physics teaching that keep me, study and research and think about all these physics problems across most of the fields. So that I've been, that those questions and problems I didn't understand or I didn't learn well before when I was when I was a student.
Because it's about try to bring the literacy of physics, the literacy of a foreign language to the public.
Yeah. That's also part of the reason I was able to do it. Yeah, well, why are you are doing it? Because you're doing something not just for yourself, it's for some public goods. Then you feel better. You feel kind of a mission.
What kind of mission?
Try to improve, the people's language literacy so that people know better about the world.
That's important.
Yeah. Yes.
Why?
Oh. I think we are in a much global village and much smaller planet compared with 100 years ago. For a modern person, you need to be knowledgeable. You need to know things so that you have a better judgment and better decision making.
Well, those are actually politically correct statements. But if you look at news these days, people are looking more apparently inward rather than around.
Yeah, there's a kind of a trend.
As an entrepreneur who actually was nurtured by the age of globalization and has benefited from the interactions between countries, between cultures, what does that say to you today?
I enjoyed that era of global exchange, and I was myself is an example of that, right? Graduate from college from China and then went to the United States to study, and so I think this trend should continue, right? And it's for people to understand each other, for cultures, for people in different countries to understand each other.
You've been turning these classes, physics class and English class, into almost a half career because you spend a lot of time on them.
Well, not half a career. I spend like a day per week and to study physics, and now the physics class is like once a week.
But your videos went viral, certainly, for sure.
That's with the help of the internet.
But also with the help of your personality, in fact. It's not everybody can become an influencer these days. It takes a special personality to be there.
Try to produce good videos, right? Try to study some interesting problems or physics problems, and it's not just a repeat of the textbook, right? It's my own process of learning and research. I call it a research study.
Right. Give me one or two examples. Even though I'm a literature major, I might not necessarily understand it 100%, but you've been teaching physics and also, including quantum.
Quantum mechanics, mechanics, and electrodynamics, and the general relativity. Especially last year, I've been teaching general relativity.
Wow. How do you go beyond the textbook? Tell me your skills or your secrets.
Basically, I call it a study process. Is that even actually when I was a student, either the college in Tsinghua or at MIT, I didn't study general relativity. So it's a general relativity. I only started 2 years ago. Studied general relativity.
You majored in physics when you were at
MIT.
But
I was at MIT. I was an experimentalist, so I was not a theorist. So a lot of the things I teach, I've been teaching, is all I just learned in last. I was teaching and I was and learning. So the way to learn, the most productive way to learn is I divide into three. The time into three parts. Reading only 1/3 of the time, and then walk and think 1/3 time, and then derivation, do it myself. And then from A to B, I just look at the result, and then I'm trying to think why it goes there, and then I just think myself and derive. So that way I learned really learn fast, and also sometimes understand the whole areas in terms of linear, one trajectory from here down here, and I go different directions. So I help me to understand the theory from multiple angles and multiple dimensions. So it's a most very productive way to learn. So that's why I've been able to do only like a day per week, 1/7 of the time, and be able to basically, I think I already.
You can manage.
I've been managed the general relativity.
I can see the enthusiasm that you have about teaching, and be at the same time researching.
Yes.
And learning.
Right.
What is it like from an entrepreneur to be an influencer? How is it different or similar?
It's an internet time, especially short video and the social network times, and everyone has accounts, and everyone can have an audience. So I think the best way to learn is through interaction. You teach people, you tell people. When you have an audience, you tell people, then you have to understand it. You help you to think. Actually went through different, texture of your brain, right? So you have multiple paths of thinking, and I think it's good. It's really good. It's the era offered everyone this opportunity to be an influencer. You may have a large audience or small audience, but you have an audience, right? Even a few people listening to you, you already have an influencer, right? So I integrated perfectly with my job, basically being running the Sohu company, and we are an internet media, we are a social network, and myself is an influencer on our own platform, and by being an online influencer, I practice and used our own products, and I know exactly the details of the products, how to, the live streaming app or the video and all these details. And to be an internet CEO, you're CEO of an internet company, it's not like the traditional thinking of that you are being the manager and you just have strategy and let your people to just execute. No, you have to be the product manager. You have to yourself to be the product manager and to be the user, to be an avid user of your own products.
You graduated from Tsinghua University, Charles, if I remember right, and then went on to MIT for doctorate and postdoc.
Yeah, postdoc just like a year and a half, yeah.
Right. You established the first, almost the first, arguably the internet company in China, with the support of two professors you have.
Called the zero stage investment or the 天使投, it's like a zero stage investment, angel investor, yeah.
Professor Nicola Ponti.
Right, one of them,
and Professor Edwards.
Yes.
Who have been committing themselves over the decades to support many young people in China, if I remember right.
Ed Roberts has been remaining on our board until a few years ago.
what I want to ask you actually is related to this. You are a product of 1990s generation,
Yes.
returnees, as they say,
Yes.
the sea turtles when translated into English. Those Chinese who studied overseas and came back and be able to have a successful career.
Right.
Now we see the backdrop of geopolitics and the politics have been changing. And as a result, the generation that we are facing today, who are making their choices where to go for education, have very different circumstances compared to yours.
Yes.
Tell me more about what do you think about their circumstances, particularly now?
To have experience of studying in a different country, especially in a very developed, a well developed country, it's a very good or important life experiences for a person's growth. So I think it's unfortunate that this generation of young people, some of them may have that opportunity be taken away, or so that's bad.
But they say, well, China is already the second largest economy. I mean, think about your generation at the time, 1980s in the United States. Compare that with China, very different, right?
Right.
So both lifestyle standards and also academic sophistication, very different. But these days, China certainly has risen, and things are getting much better. And this generation of young people here in China have been enjoying the benefits of China's reform and opening up.
Yes.
Unlike the circumstances of your generation, which was at the very beginning of it, so to speak. So,
yes.
What do you think might be the experiences that they need to have when studying overseas?
China is compared with 30 years ago, it's different, right? So with the economic success and also the internet. So nowadays the young people are much. I think students in different countries are much more similar. In the 1980s, I was myself so there's no understanding of what a modern society is like. So nowadays, I think the students are through the internet and through also the movies and also the television TV series, and also on the internet, information from all over the world are instantly, available to people here. So I think the gap of understanding are much smaller. Even the stay here in China, and there's already so many tools and channels available to them, right, to learn about the world. So it's with or without, with the opportunity of going abroad to study, it's good, and without it, we still can manage, right? We stay here and we still can learn a lot of things, and especially with the search engine, the AI, all these, and also people here Chinese people are very smart, so they actually, technology-wise, they actually, a lot of things are now invented here, so can still learn a lot of things. I see the young people have they speak better English, their understanding of the worldly things are so much better than I was their age.
So from the very early stage of running Sohu, which is a search engine, a video entity in a way, different kinds of services that you offer. Since the 1990s to now, we see the digital industry has been experiencing quite a number of generations already.
Right.
What is it like for you personally, and also the company that you're working for, to survive and thrive?
The true nature of the internet is really many to many. People are, connecting with each other. Yeah. So basically, from information retrieval from a source to everyone, it's just a first wave of internet revolution, where you improve the traditional newspaper and television now turn into a kind of an internet, where you have to you don't have to watch it simultaneously. You can retrieve later. It's definitely better. But the true nature of the internet is really for people many-to-many communication. So social network is the essence of the internet. So you have this retrieving information by search engine and now by AI, by all the large models. It's one thing. And then you have the people's communication and the social network on the other. So, and also this is one line of development, basically from one to many to many to many. And then another line is really through PC to mobile, and also through the content form, from a text to video, to text to video. So now we have at a time where the video is so the bandwidth is not a problem. Video production, video consumption is so easy. So, and then short video, long video, and then you have the social network well established. So I think now the opportunity is really, one is still the AI revolution, where you have get the information so efficiently, so that the world, all the knowledge can at your fingertips. You ask a question, they tell everything. This is the person with your relation with a machine. And then, but it cannot replace the Internet's most important part, which is the people-to-people communication, and that's the part that Sohu is working on. Try to make the social network, the video time, social network video time better, because that part is I see still not well developed or as should be. So.
Charles, always a pleasure talking to you. I remember our first interview back in the 1990s. Wow. But I see you're still thriving and also energetic about the next goals.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.